Right, and that was the happy ending to the ice cycle. Now we're going on to the wind cards. We're starting off with our good Arc Boy. 2-cost Arc backup. Green, dull, choose one job, standard unit, or job warrior of light forward you control. It gains this forward cannot be chosen by your opponent's abilities until the end of the turn. So it's protection to waff. But I
This
don't
is probably
know
the
wind.
most. This one's probably just.
I
Well, I
like it,
prefer
I
to
just
run
don't
it.
like its color. That's where I would go. If this was fire or water, I would love it.
I don't even like this as its own color. Like, it doesn't matter about the color. You still want to run the Opus 5 arc that pumps all your Warriors of Light because, again, you can search for that one with Refia and it pumps the Refia.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is where the name clash really starts.
Yeah, so...
And it's just this one where the name clash is bad, realistically.
Well, I mean, the Refia as well, but that's only because it's a Refia. But
yeah, we're not gonna talk about Refia name clash. There's
don't
really
bring
only
the forbidden texts into this house!
Yeah, but...
Yeah, this one, little sad.
Remember, guys, the first rule of Wall Club is you do not talk about Wall Club.
Yeah, also the card art looks like the character knows how disappointing they are.
It's
like, yeah, I know, I'm the worst arc. Alright, moving on to another Cadet Zero in a color that I prefer, Wind. 3 cost, 8, 7k forward. The cost required to cast 8 is reduced by 1 for each job class cadet you control, so not forwards, characters. When 8 enters the field, if you have if you've cast 2 or more cards this turn, 8 gets haste until end of turn. I had a lot of fun with this card.
So this card is a 0 cost 7k with haste. Every single time.
And again, doesn't say cannot be 0, so this one can be 0.
Yep, can be 0. 0 cost haste, but part of me is still torn. Which 8 is better, because they're both effectively 0 costs.
This one's definitely the better one.
Yeah.
Because it has haste written on it.
As long as you remember to cast it second. Because the 0 cost feeds into casting it after the first one, but you also got to remember to do that. So any new players, make sure you remember that, or you don't get the haste. Just a little bit of advice to... cast something, or also, anything else. It doesn't have to be a forward, just cast something. Play a backup and play it.
Though, at the same time, though, you're in Wind. You're casting multiple things in a turn.
Yeah, 100%.
Why are you not running this card anyway?
Well, I ignore that side because I don't see this as a Wind card. I see this as a Cadet Zero card. So you're playing it in the Cadet Zero deck. You're not doing the Wind tricks as much in the hybrid decks. But it can work for those as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, there is just the outright potential of just hiring go a size 9 this poke.
Yeah. But that being said, for your case, Rob, even if this isn't in a Cadet Zero deck in the untap attack one, technically it will still be a 0 cost because you've tapped 3 backups, you've untapped that turn.
Yeah. So it's always going to be a 0 cost. It's always going to have haste. You could potentially even consider this in not cadets as just a one of hasty poke, like a chocobo or something like that.
Dan the Spoon just made a good point. On your turn 1, you play a Cadet Zero backup, you discard to play this for 2, swing.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is super good as well.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So, I really like this card. I abused the... Because I think it was it with us that I managed to build that practically all haste deck last weekend? And this was just another fun thing to do. Because I would play the 2-cost... what's it called? The 2-cost Onion Knight that has haste on 5 damage. Then play this right after it and just go, you're dead.
Poke, you're dead.
Yeah. Alright, we move on to the Wind Monster. 1-cost Ochu. When Ochu enters the field, choose up to 2 backups, activate them. 3 damage, it's a 7k.
So this one is the best one.
Yeah.
By far.
Yeah.
By a long, long way.
Yep.
It's a neg 1.
This is a -1 cost.
Minus one
Like, a
cost
minus one
potentially
cost
7k.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That for some reason you can multiply.
Yeah, I hadn't seen this one actually. I thought I'd saw this one, but no, this is yeah. Yeah. Oh no, that's right. I said lightning, fire, and ice was the one I saw.
Lightning,
Yeah.
fire, ice, yeah.
Yeah, this one I hadn't seen. Yeah, I do like this one. It's potentially
Like,
the
It's
next. Yeah, the next one, my boy. Four cost Sid Hayes, engineer, 8k forward. When Sid Hayes enters the field or attacks, activate all the job engineers you control. Tap, choose one forward other than Sid Hayes. It gets plus 1k power for each job engineer you control until end of turn. So, you can swing with him, activate him. If he survives, use him to pump other stuff.
So this card, when it was revealed, basically said, like, it had everybody searching on FF decks going, wait, what cards are engineers?
Yep. This is where I'm going.
Sid 2.
Yep.
The best part is this could actually just slot nicely into, like, if you have the space for it, Lightning Wind Party, because Sid and Mid Previa are both engineers.
Yep. Which is a massive deal, might I add.
Yeah, this is the deck I want to muck around with. I don't think it's like I don't have confidence in it. I just want to play it because it looks fun. But yeah, Sid 2 with the Sid 2 filtering out all your backups out of your deck for value. Just sitting there going, cool, I've set up, my decks is nothing but gas, I have nothing but cards in hand. Just is hilarious. And I did try the it was actually your deck build, Rob, I think it was. I tested it out for a couple of weeks and it was just fun, and with this it looks like it can be very interesting.
The Sid 2 deck from like I was running at the end of Opus 11, which is really, really, really fun, but it's also so entertaining where you could just go, oh, I'm going to tap my Sid 2 to draw this Evoker. Oh, I'm going to pitch the Evoker to play the Sid Hayes. I'm going to untap my Sid 2, and then I'm just going to draw another card. Look, my Sid Hayes cost me -1.
Yup.
Yes. So,
another important thing to note as well is that Lid from Opus 8 is another backup that happens to be an engineer.
Yep.
So not only does this untap a backup, at least, it untaps a backup that technically taps for 2.
Yes.
Yeah.
No offense, I like the way you described it, Rob. Yeah, like I like the way you described it, Rob, but I had to describe it my way because that needed to be said. The negative one is cool, but it does it by untapping a backup that taps for 2, at least. I was really happy. I was really happy I opened one of these today. I love this.
God, it's nuts, and it also again looks really good in full art.
I haven't seen. Yeah, it would. I think it would look amazing because the background with the ship is really cool.
Yeah.
Speaking of engineers, 3 cost Sid Palandina EX burst backup. When Sid enters the field, you may search for one job engineer forward and add it to your hand. So, did you guys want to see that previous Sid more? You play this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And untap it.
Searches Hayes, Mid-Prev, and Sid-Prev. That's really good.
Yeah. And this...
It's just so funny.
And Poultry...
It's just so funny. It's just like, oh, engineers got support? What's an engineer? Oh, that's an engineer? Oh, okay. And you just see all the gears turning in everybody's heads. And you're just like, wow.
And then everyone just...
Go on.
They just start smiling like old boy Polendina. Just...
Well, I only wanted to do it because I'm actually an engineer by trade, so I'm like, I gotta do this for the joke. And then as it keeps seeing the spoilers, I'm like, wait, this isn't a joke. Wait, this isn't a joke anymore. This has become real.
Yeah.
Sir, please stop.
No.
Square Enix, stop. Your audience can only get so hard. We have fun here on my channel.
Sure.
The most entertaining part about this card is that you can just run this in party.deck without needing Sid Hayes because this searches for the mid.
No, do you
And
want
you've
to?
already got cards that search for Sid.
It's a
Yeah.
poultry card. It runs in poultry. You don't even care about engineer. You run it in poultry.
Yep.
Because poultry's wind lightning with mid previa,
Yeah.
Sid previa.
Yeah. Now, much like Sid, mid now has 6 searches: the 3 Sildra and 3 of this.
Yeah. So it's just like, okay.
It needed it.
Yeah,
Just
this
because it needed it. It needed it, didn't it?
and
Totally.
it's a common as well. That's just hilarious how useful it is.
Yep.
It's why I
Don't
really love
underestimate the power
like-
of a good common.
just
I
to
just
say
love it as well. It's just like suddenly engineers are very good. Like engineers are now like
with
those
2
cards are
cards.
fun, but it's just gonna be it's
With
just
2
like
cards added
engineers
to the
are
game.
suddenly like samurai levels of consistent. It's like what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When did this happen?
I look away for
Where
5
did this
minutes.
come from? I turn away for 1 set, and all of a sudden,
And all of a sudden, here's 2 cards. Now the deck is good.
It just
Yeah.
brings up a point
and now I have
for
to go searching back through all of the previous opuses to find out what's an engineer.
Yeah.
and it just brings up a point of why I really like Final Fantasies, where commons can be this dumb, but it makes sense in the concept of the game. Like, I do love that to a certain level, rarity doesn't matter sometimes, because you could get commons and rares that are good, and you're like, but that's the way this game is played.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Like from here on out, all the parties are going to be with old bearded men named Sid.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm really hoping I get enough to build this the engineer deck that I'm currently experimenting with. All right, another good wind card that I haven't actually read, but everyone's been telling me about. 2-cost Shara EX Burst, 4k forward. EX Burst, when Shara enters the field, choose 1 card named Ritz in your break zone, add it to your hand. Ah, okay. Alright. I've caught up now. When a category FFTA character other than Shara enters your field, place 1 Viera counter on Shara. You may dull Shara, remove 1 Viera counter. Shara... choose 1 category FFTA character. It gains this character cannot be chosen by your opponent's summons or abilities until end of turn. Okay, alright.
Alright, Square, I'll play Ritz in her if you insist.
Yeah, so this is just a Ritz support card again. Okay. I see why everyone's been going crazy. Because I thought, isn't that just a 4k 2 cost? That gotta have some really good abilities. But yeah, get your Ritz back and or protect your Ritz. / protect something else in FFTA, yeah.
Now, this is probably going to be a differing opinion from pretty much everybody else, but you only play this card if you're going full FFTA.
Well, yeah.
And the problem is, a lot of the Marsh Ritz decks aren't going full FFTA. They're only playing it for Marsh and Ritz.
Yeah.
And if you're going to and say for example, the mono fire deck that plays the Lilty that flips until you hit wind. Are you going to flip the Shara?
Also, you want your Ritz in your bin, don't you? For the Marsh trigger.
Well, at the same time though, I can see where people are really high on it because you can go pitch Shara, pitch Ritz, play Shara, get back the Ritz, and then you've still got the Ritz in hand for the Marsh Ritz combo.
Yeah.
So I could see where people are really, really high on that idea, and and all of that, and I get it. I just don't. It hasn't. I'm probably wrong about the deck, but FFTA doesn't strike me as the most powerful thing in the world.
It's my view on it is.
It would also, Freaky's like Fire Ice. It'd have to be Fire Ice Wind FFTA Rids.
Which is a bit
Because this
of an
does
issue.
need the wind to
But-
play it.
Yeah, my view is Square Enix and Hobby Japan went, okay, here's Marsh Ritz, we're going to push FFTA and it's going to be a good deck. Wait, why is everyone playing it in mono fire? Okay, let's just give them a couple of insane wind cards to try and coax them back to playing it actually fire with.
I'm just like that. No, you're playing it wrong.
No, Play it how we
play our decks properly.
Please,
It's like, hey kids, here's your water guns, and they're just beating each other in with the hilts of the water guns. Like, no, you're meant to fill them with water.
No, you're meant to squirt them with the water guns. You're not supposed to beat them to death with them.
No. It's just an act.
But it's like, beating them with the hilt does more damage than the water does. Continues to beat.
Yeah.
I'll be honest as well. Like, here's one of my this is probably going to be the final thing I say about this card because everybody's going to have their own opinions. Shara's protection ability is phenomenal. We'll all agree with that. It doesn't protect Ritz from the one card everybody's going to be using on Ritz.
Kadaj.
Amaterasu.
That too.
Yeah, because Amaterasu targets the ability, not the character.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a bit of an issue.
Yeah, so you can't even tap Shara in response to being targeted by the Amaterasu. It'll still go. It just won't do anything.
Yeah. But this thing's like phenomenal in late game. Just when you're both in top deck mode, cool, I protect from the summon.
Also, not things I'm into. I could see this one in full art being kind of popular for the we'll say art.
As a full art, this thing is really pretty. I've seen it.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah, it's basically.
It's already a
basically
pretty art, but I
green.
could see people taking this a little too far and it getting overpriced because of it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I see people building like category FFTA full art dot deck, and keep in mind as well. I've seen this up on a couple of card sites going for 55 right now in full art, and that's the most expensive full art. That's not an Archfiend.
Yep.
Oh, I thought the Cloud and Sephiroth one are higher than that.
For this set.
Oh, for this set.
Oh, for this set. Fair enough. Hey,
we won't talk about Opus 11 waifu tax.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
No, we had someone ask that at the shop last week. They're like, wait, why is Tifa full art worth so much? And we all just went, waifu, FF7,
Yep, waifu tax.
boobs.
Everything fell into place.
We got another sad girl or boy. 3 cost white mage, 7 cost forward. 0, choose one forward. During this turn, the next damage dealt to it is reduced by 2k instead. You can only use this ability once per turn. What was there was another version of this, but it was in water, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Does the color change make it worth it? That's what I would ask.
Well,
I think
here's the better question. Does the activation cost difference make it worth it? And I kind of say it does, because remember, the other card you have to dull it to do it. This one you don't. You just do it.
Yeah.
Like,
so
the funniest thing is, this card in Limited is an actual pain in the neck.
Yeah.
Because you just go, oh, I've got just enough damage to get rid of this thing, and the white mage just goes, no, you don't.
Okay.
I had to stare down this and that water fire card that does something similar. My stuff were 4k bigger than my opponent's, and I was not winning that fight.
That's the funniest thing. Here's where it gets even funnier, though, right? This card is pretty much exactly the same artwork as the Arc we saw earlier. We've had a lot of people just go, oh, it's Arc, I don't care. But then they picked up the card again. They're like, why is Arc before? Oh, it's just white mage?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the curls are a tiny bit higher. That's about it.
And he's wearing, winter robes. I don't know.
White mage robes.
I was going to say it's not just the white mage robes. But yeah, I kind of like this. And if I remember correctly, the water one was being splashed. So if the color is just being a splash, then this doesn't change anything in terms. It just gives you another option or more versatility with that mechanic. So I think this is just a kind of important card to keep an eye on and look at, just because it's
if everybody remembers back to Opus 3 with the Ranger, which can't be chosen by your opponent's abilities.
Yeah.
I would say this in a similar vein to that. And basically, this is just a generically solid standard unit that you have to watch out for.
Hey, Kanagawa, thanks for the follow.
Anywhere.
Welcome to the Lantern Corps.
Also.
Sorry, Rob?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, did we lose?
maybe. But another thing you kind of have to
Sorry,
keep in mind
guys.
about.
Were you guys talking during that whole thing?
Yes.
Yes.
You got muted because someone gave me a follow. I didn't know that does
Sorry.
that. I didn't know that does that. I didn't realize that would mute you guys. The last thing that was said that I think, or at least that I heard, was that look at it in the vein of the
Ranger.
hexproof ranger. Yeah.
It's one of those generically good standard units that it could pop up anywhere.
And another thing to keep in mind, you're playing Blaze on your Margie, it only takes 3k. Have fun.
Oh wow!
Very true as well.
Yeah, you have more
You can
versatility.
do it on your opponent's forwards.
Yep, if your opponent's if you've got a lot of Margie better, consider this thing.
No, that's actually a really good point. Yeah, damn. You can either cockblock Megissa, or in the opposite vein, if you have too much damage on Megissa, you can do it to your own Megissa, do a higher level damage if you're desperate.
Yeah.
So, wow, actually, yeah, this is... Yeah, no, I'm happy that I've been keeping an eye on this one. And we've gone from White Mage to a Happy White Mage, part of the same reverse cycle cards we've seen. This one is a wind card that lets you reveal until you get a fire or ice. Put it into your hand. Again, like we've said for the last two, it's a cheap backup. It helps you color fix. It helps you put, if you're running a one of those colors that you need to search. A lot of versatility with these cards. I think we just want to
look,
move
guys, you can now run Marsh Ritz in Mono Wind.
Oh, yeah.
Hey guys, why beat each other with this toy water gun when we could throw it at each other? No, you're still playing it wrong.
No, I'm playing it right still, because now I'm playing Shara with it as well. I'm not worried about my Milky flipping over Shara instead of Ritz. I'm guaranteed to hit my Marsh.
Yep, guaranteed to hit the Marsh.
This just... Oh, I wonder...
Let's just move on. This is just getting silly now.
Coming soon, Opus 14, win back up the Contap for fire.
Coming soon.
Oh, this set's been great.
Yes.
We should have done this. We should have done these streams earlier.
Yeah.
All right. One of the two adorable boys that confused the hell out of me because I ran both of them and kept mixing them up. 3 cost Stiltskin. Backup. When Stiltskin enters the field, you may search for 1 forward of cost 1 or monster of cost 1 and add it to your hand. Poultry did not need the help, but here we are.
Party did not need the help.
Yeah.
But here we are.
Let's take Diana, make her more searchable, and give it the effect to search monsters, and take away the.
Oh, and let's make a category FFCC so you can find the way to search for your one-drop good stuff.
Yep, of which there is a lot now for FFCC.
Yep. So
there's just a lot of one-drop good stuff now. It's just like, what? Why? Why are you doing this to me? Game,
Didn't
stop.
we need this?
Stop. Game, please.
I beg of you.
Yeah, I think at this point I want to change the name of Poultry to Zelda Cuckoos at this point, because it's just like, keep bopping him. I'll just keep throwing more at you until you're dead. Apparently, I have a demon.
Honest.
I have a demon dog that can search for it now.
I'll be honest though, they've got the right name, Stiltskin, but why didn't they use the Category 9 Stiltskin? Why did they have to go with this Muppet?
Because that's not FFCC.
Yeah, because they had to give FFCC support.
Oh, right, sorry, my bad.
Yeah,
we need to do, since Nostalin exists, every single set has to have Category FFCC support. I forgot about that.
Yeah, of course. We've got to make the best backup in the game even more searchable.
Why if...
Okay, so we just had a... Yeah.
Why is
FFCC the category that keeps giving?
Yeah, we literally just had chat yell at us for that.
Because I think it's because Square saw, Noshtalin's like the most popular card ever. Let's just give him everything.
No, I do like I like the idea that someone early on when Alhamine was printed with it, Like, hey, I made the best search. You search for this to grab Alhamine to do the Chilinka Yuri combo. And every R&D person after that has gone, I want to next level this. I want to make a better search for Stalin. And they've just been one-upping each other to oblivion.
Well, here's the fun part now, right? Nostalin can now color fix for every element.
Yep.
Because it's got access to everything. But the funny part is,
it'll still go to wind.
No. With the couple of cards that are being released in this set, you're going to want to search for the Lightning Sid. And guess what Party.deck is doing anyway?
Yep.
Lightning. Yep. And I'm pretty sure that Sid, that FFCC Sid, also happens to be an engineer. So Sid Hayes untapped it.
Oh my god, I didn't.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
This game.
So what we're saying is this is amazing for FFCC.
Is now Final Fantasy trading card game Engineer Edition.
The Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, the trading card game.
No, I just love this. Like, I'm imagining the art of this character, like, being there, and someone just shoves a wrench into their hand and says, "You're a card now." It's sitting there in FFCC world. Someone gives it a wrench and says, "You're an FFCC trading card now."
Let me just tweak this. Let me just tweak this text box. Oh, it's got category 6 written on it. No, let's change the 6 to a CC.
Yeah.
Speaking of FFCC,
take the element to wind.
Speaking of FFCC, we're now at the wind version of the hybrid cards. 4-cost Selkie, 7k forward. If you use fire, it gets haste. If you use earth, it gets plus 2k and brave. I don't like the earth one because it's still end of turn. Oh, all forwards, is it?
All the forwards, yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought
the earth one gives it to all the forwards, but at the same time, it's another one of those cards where it's just like, eh.
Yeah, it's a bit boring. Can get you in limited, but it's pretty boring nonetheless.
Yes, Kanagawa, there is a Final Fantasy trading game. We're up to the 13th set. Welcome.
Yes,
I hope you enjoy the shenanigans. If you're interested in playing, message me personally, and I might be doing learn to plays for this, even though they're like everywhere. I might just do them for my channel, and if I do it as a stream, people can ask me questions, sort of stuff.
Don't worry, Khalil. I know the guy. He's been playing since Opus 1.
Kanagawa.
We all know him.
Oh, I thought. Oh, I must be missing Kanagawa with someone else. Sorry. Oh, that's right. You're the new person.
Yeah, right.
There's someone else on my channel with a similar name to you.
Right.
Wind searches for both
the moon
halves
has
of the
returned.
combo. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't mind the haste
on.
one. The second one is pretty cool, but yeah, this does the same as the others.
Yeah.
No,
pretty boring.
You're the second Kana I have on the stream, so that's where it is. Oh, this oh, this one tilts me a little bit. Cuz every time I go to do something cool, you just go no. 1-cost Dryad EX Burst. Choose one character you control. It gains this character cannot be chosen by your opponent's abilities until the end of the turn. If you have received 5 points of damage or more, draw 1 card. All the characters you control gain. This character cannot be chosen by your opponent's summons abilities until the end of turn. This card is so dumb that when all my opponents, except a couple, have played it, they've played it to stop me doing stuff, put it in the bin and gone, what next? And I've had, in fact, it was Squash Peas a few times and myself go, draw your card. Because they don't care about the card draw. They just care about going, counter. Do something. Come at me, bro.
They should care about the card draw. Even looks like Potter Green.
I know, but it's such a dumb card that they just don't care. They just want to stop you doing stuff, laugh at you, and forget the rest of the card.
Just please draw your card. It might be relevant. You might draw another Dryad.
Please draw your card. I know what it... Go on.
So the most upsetting part about this is that it reads character.
Yeah, protects your backups.
Yeah, so it doesn't say summons though, so it doesn't protect from like a freak removal or anything like that, like on Saganashi does. But on the same token, this is still kind of hilarious to just go, no.
Yeah.
Just no. Also, another funny thing, like while we're talking about the topic, Opus 13 also brought the change of Guido from Opus 3 being banned. What was one of the best ways to get rid of Guido? Oh, it was Archer. This basically says no Archer, no.
Yeah. So it's just official errata. One cost EX burst. No.
If somebody in the chat would like to put that together for us, to just one cost right, even do it on the full art version if you like. That makes it even funnier.
Yes.
EX burst.
No.
Control.
I got one for you. You don't need to alter the card. You just get clear sleeves for it and write no on top of the sleeves for the full art one.
No.
Yeah, that's what you do.
Did you clear that, Mr. Judge?
No, and draw a card, yeah.
Okay, if they forget to draw a card, if we remove draw a card, then yes, they can do it.
Yeah, they're gonna forget to draw a card.
We have to specifically say, normal, no, D5, no, and draw a card.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really had. I never played this. I just had to verse it. But yeah, I'm like, you know what? I'm a bit salty at it because it kept stopping me getting wins. But no, that's a card.
Yeah.
And we've got our
Just
Joker.
a nice card.
Yeah. So speaking of more FFCC, my god. 2-cost Pavlov backup. When Pavlov enters the field, choose up to 2 category FFC characters other than Pavlov, activate them. Because Win didn't need any more untap, and because FFC didn't need any more untap.
So, this is the Jack.
I'm calling it Joker, I don't care.
That's because you're playing Persona too much.
Yeah.
This guy, it's
one stick.
I don't know. I guess it's.
No.
I think I forgot his name was Joker until you said it now.
Oh well, we tried.
Monsieur one stick.
No, it's Stick-san. It's been Stick-san the entire time.
Oh yeah, and Stick could.
Yeah, but as far as
the card itself, it reads okay. Like it's potentially a free backup, but what else is it doing?
It's a good card in a category that is just chock-a-blocked full of better.
Yeah.
Like
it's being like
it might work in the loop combo, the infinite draw one, just because 2 of the cards you can untap are FFCC in that loop. But
yeah, but this only
the problem is you're playing those
2.
instead of and you're playing those instead of playing White Mage, which activates 3 backups.
Yeah,
including itself.
No, that was where I was going with that. That's where I was going with that. I'm like,
Yeah.
even in that situation, it's the worst card.
Yeah, there's exactly one scenario in which this is. I don't even. That deck will be good.
Yeah,
I'll be honest. I don't even want this card in a category FFCC deck.
Nah.
Its art is nice.
It's a pretty full art, but that's all it's got going for it.
Yeah,
Which is super unfortunate.
and we've gone on to the next Archfiend. 2-cost Barbarecia, 5k forward. When Barb enters the field, deal 2k damage to all forwards opponents control for each job Archfiend forward you control. At the end of each of your turns, if you control 4 or more job Archfiends forwards, you may search for one card named Golbez and play it onto the field.
Okay. So, Opus 1 Golbez. Kill it. Get the 4 Archfiends. Barb trigger, get another Golbez. Round 2.
Yep. It's hilarious.
I don't.
Funny
I'll be honest. I don't know what to say because the card says it all.
Yeah, it's just
like, how do you analyze a
do
card
what
that
it
just
does.
has "I'm amazing" written on it in clear text?
hey.
You literally don't need to say anything else about the card. It just goes.
Play onto
I'm
the
going to do
field.
exactly everything. Yeah, I'm going to do literally everything you want me to do, and I'm going to do it better than any of the other cards. Please, proceed with the game.
And if your opponent is desperately trying to kill this Barb before the end, or kill a Archfiend before the end in order to stop you doing this, you've kind of won anyway.
Yeah.
It's like, go
And I mean-
ahead, waste your resources on my Archfiends. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'll just bring it back with Phoenix and do it anyway.
Yeah, so
Plus, I'll get the ETB this time, thank you.
Like,
yes.
I'm kind of glad it's a 5k. Like, if this was any higher than a 5k, I would have been scared. Alright, next one up is a Sky Pirate. 4-cost Balthier, 7k forward. When Balthier enters the field, choose one job Sky Pirate forward of cost 2 or less in your break zone, play it onto the field. Dull 2 active job Sky Pirates, choose one job Sky Pirate forward. Until end of turn, it gets plus 2k power and haste. Reason I haven't seen Sky Pirates for a while and I'm not familiar with them. The reason why I really like this is it's not a dull effect. You may use him and the thing you play with them having Summoning Sickness, or you can use 2 Summoning Sickness job Sky Pirates to this effect, because it's not a tap do it, it's a dull 2 effect.
Hey, look, it's Pirate support 3 sets too late.
Yeah.
Like,
That's all I've got to say about this card.
yeah, came too
Yeah,
late.
it
At
was
least
3
it gets back Fran and can also protect the Fran naturally because Fran needs a Balthier to get untargetable.
Yeah, like 3 sets ago was the Sky Pirates intro deck, wasn't it? Or the second intro deck, so yeah. Like I said, I give that wording credit because you can do some cool stuff with it, but its home may not be a home just yet. Or anymore.
And say that as well, though. This actually gives glimmers of hope for the future because this isn't just Category 12, this is also FFT.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
you can potentially see other characters from FFT, like from
That
other
also
games,
happen to be
jump
Sky
into,
Pirates.
or no, just in general. Like, think about all of the other other characters that were in Tactics that make it like the main characters in other games, like Cloud, for example, that made an appearance in FFT.
Yeah, this
It
is what
actually opens up the door for some very interesting things to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I personally like this card. I think it's got some cool ideas and aspects. It's just a card, it's basically wait and see or keep an eye on.
Yeah, and I think this takes a page out of the Opus 10 playbook because there are no Sky Pirates in this set, you know, like our Lightning had no Odin, etc. But at least this is FFT, so it has some latent support.
Yeah. But yeah, and silly question, are there any Sky Pirate backups?
There's one.
Fran.
Yeah, so if you just
There's a couple from Category 10 as well, but Fran is the
Yeah, so potentially if you're doing FFT and you just run a couple or 2 Sky, or even 1 Sky Pirate backup, because it says dull 2 Sky Pirates, not 2 job Sky Pirate forwards. You essentially could be using your backups for this effect in an FFT game.
Yeah, you're
depending on your
using
build.
Fran and Tomage, and that's about it.
Yeah. Because that's why I really like the way they've done the dull 2 active job Sky Pirates instead of the tap ability. So it gets around Summoning Sickness, gets around a lot of it's got some versatility to it. This card has a lot of, like, I don't think it opens a door, it can open a few doors.
Yeah. But again, 3 sets too late.
Yeah. And our third mannequin, the Green Ranger. 2-cost Counterfeit Youth, 5k forward. Mannequin, if you control 4 or more job mannequins, Counterfeit Youth gets plus 3k power, haste, and cannot be blocked by forwards of cost 4 or more. My god, I had to kill so many of these. And my god, so many of mine either died or won me the game. But yeah.
So this kitties is what we call in the business a closer.
Yeah.
Yep.
8k unblockable 2-cost. Or
With
more
haste.
if you have...
With haste.
With haste. Or more if you have Zordon X-Death out.
Yeah. This thing is super good.
Yeah, I love this card. To be honest, I've been impressed with all the mannequins in this set.
Every single mannequin that came out in this set has just been absolutely phenomenal, and like like mannequins needed the support,
I
but
think
they
they
got
did.
it, and they got it in spades.
I think they did. I personally think they did. I think mannequins was starting to, like, most people. I started hearing people because they were in set 3, yeah.
Yeah, the last
Set
time
2
in
or
set
3.
3.
Yeah, I heard people going, I don't want to buy a box of set 3 even though I need cards because there's mannequins in it. People were starting to say that around me, and I'm like, like,
And now here we are, 10 sets later, with 6 incredible cards that make the deck actually playable.
I literally think you're going to see a lot of Opus 3 boxes being bought now because of these cards.
Yep.
Yeah. Super.
Oh, what chase cards are you going for in Opus 3? The mannequins.
The mannequins.
What chase cards am I going for in Opus 3? Imaginary.
Crystal people. All right, next card.
Which is kind of funny considering that one of the chase cards in Opus 3 is the Dane. But...
Yeah.
I really love this card for the back attack. It's just I know back attack isn't the most popular keyword in this, but 4 cost mid, 7k forward, back attack. Back attack means you may cast this during your opponent's turn or any time you have priority. When mid enters the field, choose one forward other than mid you control. Until end of turn, it gets plus 1k power, and this forward cannot be chosen by your opponent's abilities. This did a lot of work, and I was really glad I opened 3 of them in one of my sealed pools.
This is another card that just reads really well. Like, being the 4 cost with back attack is probably a bit too high to sort of leave up as a protection effect, but at the same time, you're also developing board state, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think at
Buff
one point...
and protection is huge.
Yeah, I think at one point my opponent attacked, over-attacked, because he wasn't expecting crackback, goes to kill something to solidify I can't kill him on the back crack. I cast this response, protected the forward he was about to kill, and now have 1 extra forward, now having lethal on field.
But the most powerful thing that we've seen so far that has back attack that's like actually powerful is the Sephiroth.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Like that's had a lot of relevance. This is another one of those cards that just sort of says gotcha.
Yeah. So I'm not sure about this card's place in Constructed, but I see potential. I see some cool stuff. I see some interest. I would love to experiment with a back attacker deck, but as you just pointed out, the Sephiroth will always be the best the best one I love. It's the only one I've ever played besides the Cagnazo Archfiend, which may see work now, possibly.
Like,
it's also FFBA.
Yeah. And the one of the other really good back attackers happens to be Edge.
Yeah.
Which is also a wind card, so you can sort of just like snap back attack people to death. It's kind of entertaining.
Yeah, and between this and the 1 cost protection card with the draw a card, you could potentially start working with, back attack protection, try and out-dupe your opponents into overpaying for their resources to remove, and then none of it works. And then sit there going, not only did it not work, but now I have extra dudes on the field. So I see a lot of potential with that. And we don't get really much instant speed tricks, as you said, squashed in this game. So this could be an interesting stress test to the meta. Hey, it's a Mog!
Gotta wait and see.
Oh, definitely. 3 cost Mog FFBE backup. When Mog FFBE enters the field, you may search for 1 category FFBE forward and add it to your hand. A searcher for FFBE. It all comes down to FFBE.
So, back on that previous topic, but you can search up for this for the mid and just be like, I've got this, and then watch your opponent sweat because they're just like, when's he going to play it? How's he going to play it?
Do it.
I can do it at any time. Not just that as well. This happens to also search for a card named Fina. Yeah. I don't know if that was does anybody remember that card? That was one of the most busted cards out of Windex.
Yep, searches
In the previous
Fina,
Opus?
searches Citra.
The Opus 12
I hate
one, right?
this card with a passion.
Oh, this card also searches Veritas, which is
And
really
Oh,
funny.
that I forgot. Okay, that one I forgot about.
Yep.
Veritas is FFBE.
Yes, Veritas is
Oh,
FFPE.
okay.
You know what else is FFPE? Another kind of really cool card. Reagan.
Oh god. Oh god, this is hilarious. All right.
Yeah,
So,
can you see
I-
why I hate this card with a passion?
Yeah, this is my weakness of not playing many of the games. I forget what the categories are. I'm like I knew about Fina, I knew about the mid, and I'm like, there's a few stuff, and this is useful for those. But no, adding Veritas and oh god, and
Citra.
yeah, Citra, Reagan.
Ugh.
All right, so
Like,
yeah,
that's where it gets really entertaining because then now you got to think about like this is probably like feel free to you could actually quote me on this one. This is probably the most relevant searcher we've ever had printed since the game came out.
I think I would argue Gramus as well because it searches 12, but yeah, this is very easily better than Gramus at the moment.
Like, it's by far the most relevant purely because of all of the ridiculously good stuff it can find.
apparently it's a misprint. It doesn't have
and-
EX Burst on it.
If it did have EX Burst on it, I would quit the game.
Okay,
wouldn't blame
okay,
you.
hold on.
Yeah, no.
Squashed Peas has set the bar. Square Enix,
Yep.
if you're watching this, the bar's been set.
Yeah, make
You ha-
guy who
you've-
builds bad decks quit game by making 4-cost EX Burst Searcher for BA.
You have done erratas before. You've changed jobs on cards before. Just saying.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
in
and,
its current
make it-
form,
Make it search characters as well, not just forwards.
yeah, in its current form, if this card came out 3 sets ago, I would have quit.
Yeah, I'd say that. I probably wouldn't blame you either. Like,
I'm not putting up with YRP that can search Citra and Fina. Okay,
All right.
rant over.
Yeah.
let's move on, but more soul enters this conversation, shall we?
Yeah.
You know,
All right. So